Well, hello everyone. My name's Tyler. I started a YouTube channel a while ago. Haven't really posted much, and some of that was with my nursing school journey and a little update. And um, if you've seen some of the videos, you know I graduated from nursing school and went on to become an RN in a emergency department in southern Colorado. With that, I wanted to give a little update on how that's been going. I started in May of 2024 and went through a residency program. Now, that residency program was for, believe the first 6 months was the first 12 weeks was every Thursday, and then we switched to once a month for the remainder of the year. So that lasted from about June to May of 25. My orientation was only 12 weeks, so that was from about mid-May to mid-August of 24. And with that, orientation was really well, went really great. Couple things with getting off orientation, I was paired with a nurse that had been in the ER for a long time and learned a lot from that particular nurse. But come about October and November of 24, it was more of, I started picking up shifts to where people would call in, or just no charge nurse was scheduled, and I'd be floated a traveling nurse who was a float pool nurse. And there was one day that I walked in and the day shift charge said, "Well, Tyler, so-and-so called off. You're getting a traveler. You're in charge. Good luck." Had absolutely no idea what I was doing or anything like that. And my boss just said, "Well, I don't want you to be a charge nurse. I want you to be a nurse leader, somebody that people can go to ask questions, you know the way things are, and you know policy." I've fallen into that role ever since then, on and off. Most of the time, people would ask if I was in charge, and my answer would just be, "I guess," because it would be an easy to know where things are, know the policies. I was working with a lot of traveling nurses. Sorry about that. Working with a lot of traveling nurses, and would have to be able to just let them know what's going on. Now, there were nurses that had more experience than me, that were mid-shift nurses, that would fill in, that would say, "Okay, Tyler, you'll be charged from 11 to 6 a.m. And then I would let them fill that role from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Ever since then, I've had a rough start as a nurse. It has been, you could call it, I'm just a black cloud of shit. Every shift's busy, every shift's chaotic, and there was one day that one of the house supervisors just came down and said, "Tyler, I think we need to start burning sage when you're here." And I've kind of owned it. I've just owned it. It's just a fun aspect of the job, and I recently worked with someone that was asking if it was this busy when I worked all the time, and that house supervisor said to that particular nurse, I don't think Tyler's had a good shift since he started. And now there's some truth to that, but there's been good nights and whatnot, but it's I've had some bad shifts and outcomes, but at the end of the day, I absolutely love it. I could have one of the worst shifts. I could walk out and go, what on earth am I doing? And it is, I'll get up the next day. I work 3-4 nights in a row, get up the next shift and go, all right, let's do it again. And I legitimately have a good time. And part of that is the night crew that I work with. The crew that I work with, we're all really well together, and things just get done. And some nights it can start out bumpy, but it'll smooth on out. And other times it just a well-oiled machine. And we just learn from each other. So that's the nice part about it too. As far as any of my certifications that I've gotten since starting, the hospital paid for my ACLS, my PALS, my TNCC or Trauma Nurse Core certification. I was able to get my ENPC, as well as my NIH, and then so all those certifications were covered, and then I'm looking to start studying and certifying for my certified emergency nurse certification as well. But other than that, I think the last time you saw me, I didn't have a beard. I started growing that No Shave November of 24, and had a lot of people just say keep it. So I've kept it, love it, but wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update of what has been happening since my video, like pretty much 2 years ago. And I'm an emergency room nurse in Colorado, and it hasn't been bad. I've learned a lot. I've learned to be self-sufficient due to it being a level 3 trauma center, and hopefully I'm there for a few more years before moving on, or my end goal it would be flight nursing, and hopefully I can cross-train up to an ICU sometime. And so if you guys have any questions or anything whatsoever, please feel free to reach out and ask me questions on here. I will try my best to get back with you. If you have any interest in going to nursing school, it's not an easy gig for 2 to 4 years. You have to have your heart put into it and focus on school for the most part. That's really your main job. And then the learning is never ending. I've had travel nurses teach me new things with procedures or tips or tricks and different things like that, along with, oh, my cat's in the video, along with being able to go to the educators and ask questions and be able to look back. And what I try to do is after every shift look back and try to think about, oh, what could I have done different, or what could I have tried here or there with a patient, or oh, my report could have been better, or I didn't quite communicate as well as I should have. But it's a self-critique on my end. I've always been hard on myself, and I always will continue to, and I'll beat myself up over small little things and big things. But at the end of the day, I look at things and go, what could I have done better, and what what do I need to work on, and whatnot. So please, if you have any questions, reach out, and I'll try to get back with you. But just a little life update, and as you can see, my cat's a little bit in the video, but life update, kind of get you guys brought up to speed and what's been my life. So almost been 2 years as a nurse. It'll be May of 26 here, and it goes by quick. Peace out.